We will start in a few seconds, please wait. Hello, can you confirm me now? Is it clear?
Yes, let me remember for the PSM.
Is it still noise?
Are you there?
Hello.
Yeah, you can proceed.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. So here we are with another event of GDSC. I welcome you. I welcome everyone. So here is the code of conduct of the event, do's and don'ts. So first code of conduct is be nice, respectful, and constructive while interacting on the VV virtual or YouTube live chat or social media. Second is do not post anything if any adult content, rude or offensive statements. Third is do not advertise or promote anything. Fourth is do not spam, post same thing again and again. Fifth is harassment of any kind is not tolerated in this event, and if you fail to follow the code of conduct, you will be blocked from interacting on the chat. And sixth is report to GDSC at the rate lpu.co anything inappropriate in the event. So thank you everyone. From here, I hand over the session to Suzuki.
So, there is a starting from a while. Meanwhile, our page is running, is having right. At least we can use different browsers for try joining with another system. No, not audible. Like background noise is from my side. It's not be the case, I guess. Can someone confirm in the chat? Okay. Yeah, Rakesh is joining in a while. He's having some issue with the platform, I guess. Yeah, you're there. The session is all yours. You can continue.
Hi all, am I audible now?
Yes, you can proceed with that.
Okay. Hi all, welcome everyone for the API 101 session. Suresh, can you take next slide? So I am Rakesh from Postman Student Expert and team member at GDSC LPU. So you can learn more about me at my website. It's rakesh.co. So Suresh, can you bring next slide? So today's agenda is we will get an introduction to APIs and the Postman platform, and we will learn about the requests and response cycles. And we will do hands-on with with the APIs, and then I will share some resources, and finally we have Q&A. Next. So let me give a brief overview of what an API is. So APIs are like blocks um, which allow two services to communicate with each other. Softwares uses APIs to avoid all the complexity and to provide services to developers, users, builders, and also they are very helpful and get resources is allow developers to get resources without uh, accessing the resources directly. For example, you all know the social logins, Google, Twitter, and GitHub. So Google don't directly allow you to access their database to you, right? It's not a good idea. So what they do is they provide an API. With that API, you can get emails and other data of any user, and you can use the data to build your application. So that's where a great example of APIs. So next slide. So here is a example of APIs. Imagine you are in a restaurant. You go to a restaurant to order some food. Now you don't directly go to the kitchen and cook your own food and bring that food, right? You call waiter to bring the food for you, and that waiter will go to the kitchen and will bring food for you. Uh, can you click next? Next. So here we can compare our API with the waiter. API is like transfers information from a client to server. Like it allows clients to access resources on server. So can you slide next slide? So here's an real world example of how API works. All have Instagram accounts, right? Can anyone confirm me? You all have Instagram accounts, right? So when you want to post a photo on Instagram, what you do? So you click, you open camera and click a photo. Now your mobile phone don't directly allow your Instagram to uh, access to your camera, and that is not good. So what the Instagram do is there will be an API which uh, gives Instagram access to access your camera, and Instagram uses that API camera API to click a photo. And after you clicking that photo and posting, Instagram will take post the saves the photo in their Instagram servers, and after that you will see the photos which your followers will see the photos. This is how, this is where API helps. Like your Instagram can access camera API, microphone API. Yeah, that's it. We can't Instagram can't directly access your camera, microphone, storage. Yeah. Next slide, please. So APIs are everywhere. You have API for everything. Like there will be a cat API, there is a open weather API which gives you information about weathers in several places. And it also makes sense, right? You can't collect go to every city and collect the weather information of every city, right? So what open weather map do is they collect the data from different resources, from different places, and they give you access to the data through an API. So yeah, that's how API works. We have so many APIs: Discord API, YouTube API, Spotify API, Twitter API, Facebook API, Google API, and a lot. So next slide, please. So developers considers API like a building block. Like I said previously, there will be a camera API, there will be a microphone API, there will be a storage API. So all these APIs, and together they give access to all the resources. So developers considers API like a building blocks. So next slide, please. So let me introduce you to Postman. Postman is an API testing and API creating tool which is used by over 20 million developers worldwide, and over 98% of the Fortune 500 companies uses Postman for developing their softwares. So popular examples can be PayPal, Comcast, Philips, yeah, like that. Next slide. So previously, before these tools like API, people what developers uh, worked with APIs using terminals. Like you can see on the left, you have to use that curl command to access to get resources from URLs, to get resources from softwares. So it's not that developer friendly, and it's not good for beginners. They will confuse and they will ultimately give up. So Postman makes it easy for you by giving all the tools and everything in Postman, and you can build an API, you can test an API, and you can even share your you can build your entire API with Postman. So it's a really great tool. I will show you later. So next slide, please. let's understand APIs and what are requests and responses and how the API actually works. What are the methods, requests? So next slide, please. Okay, slide is not updating. Slide is not updating. Please wait.
This one.
So, let's understand the requests. Request contains three main parts: method, address, path. Methods are like actions like get, post, delete, put, patch, like that. Addresses are URLs. You see like www.google.com, www.google.com/stitch. Yeah, those are addresses. And path is like everything after domain, like www.google.com/stitch. That slash stitch is the path. So next slide, please. So here's an example of what complete request contains. It contains method and an URL. Next, please. Forward. So a method. So a method can be a get method, a post method, put method, and delete method. Get method we use get method to retrieve information from the server. We use post method to add data to server, and put our patch to update the data like small changes like that. And delete is to delete resources from the server. So these are the three parts of an address. First one is we can see HTTPS. It's a called. Suresh, can you move next forward? So it is called protocol. HTTP protocol, hypertext transfer protocol. You can file transfer protocol, FTP. Yeah, protocol. And next, www.google.com. It is called host. You also call it as domain. It is the address of the server. It recognizes the server. And last, that slash get is path. Path allows you to access different resources from a server. So next slide, please. So every address, every request contains these three three details, and first one is parameter, and second one is authorization, third one is headers. Parameters are additional info to a request. Like in Google, when you are searching on Google, you put some query in the Google search box, that is query. So parameters are two types. One is query parameter and path variable. We will see that later, more detail later. Authorization means it allows client to have limited resources only. Server don't resources to the client. Like Google, when you login, Google don't gives all the information. Like it don't give you password, or they limits only some resources to access. So that's where authorization helps. Headers and body are optional data which improve it, which helps server to understand the request even better. So next slide, please. So put to Post and put methods contains an extra thing called body. A body is that some data which we add to the server. It can be a JSON, text, HTML, XML, GraphQL, anything. Body is very important when you want to add resources to the server, like when you want to add your when you are logging into some website, you give your email password, like. So request to use that body to add resources to the server. So next slide is receiving responses. For every request you previous slide. So for every request you make, server will send you a response. It can be that response mainly contains three elements. One is status code, and then one is headers, and last thing is that data, whatever data it sends. Status codes can be a 200 means okay, 201 means created, 404 means not found. I think you're all familiar with status codes, right? Oh, wait, we will get two practicals, please wait. So next, please. Next. So here I will share the link. We will start the follow along. So please share that link to the. Meanwhile, I will join through desktop. Please wait.
Yeah, Rakesh, you're joining from different device, right? Just let me know so that I can
Everyone
give
go to
access.
the URL. If you have not logged into Postman, please log in. We will do hands-on now. So everyone,
Rakesh, you can share your screen now.
so I am sharing the screen. Please wait. So can anyone confirm me? Are you able to see my screen?
Yep, it is.
Also, have you opened the link? Okay, are you able to see this workspace called Postman Student API 101? Okay, this is anyone familiar with anyone familiar with the Postman before? Okay, don't worry, I will explain everything. Yeah, it's a really great tool. So once more, can you for me all everyone open this workspace? Okay, are you able to see this? This is Okay, for those who don't know, this is called workspace. This is a public workspace, means everyone can see this. So see, I can see people here. Okay, please wait, don't do anything. I will explain everything. So this is called a public workspace, means everyone can see and access this everything in this workspace. So what I want you to do is go to first, and these are called collections, basics of API with auth. These are called collections, and these collections contains categories, different categories like get data, different requests. Here, these are called requests. So what I want you to do is please hover over the first collection and click on these three dots and click on fork, create a fork, and name something to your fork like API 101 and so on. And select a workspace, any workspace you wish you like. If you have not created the workshop, please create the workspace and fork, and it will fork that public workspace to your personal workspace. Are you able to are you able to do it? So everyone forked it. Suraj, can you please share the link?
Yeah, so Rakesh, can you check WhatsApp? I have sent the message.
So everyone created the fork. If anyone having trouble, please comment. I will answer your comment. Okay, okay. Well, so if you open that API, you will see a default request called get data. Open that. Prashant Kumar, you will see a one request called get data. Are you able to see this? See this one. Please create the fork once again. Just open, click the URL shared with you, and click on hover over first collection and click on three dots, create fork. You can also click here, fork symbol. You can see. if you if you click the link provided to you, they contains all these four sessions. We are going to use the first collection for now. Please check once again. Meanwhile, I will continue session. Okay, okay, I will move ahead. So, like previously you saw in the presentation, this is called a method. It contains different methods like get method, post method, put method, patch, delete, and so on. So mostly we use get, post, put, and delete, and we will all use all those four requests and as we move on. And this is called a URL bar. Here you can enter any URL, and after entering the URL, you can click on send. Let's try that google.com URL. So just type. So just type go www.google.com and click on send. And can you tell me what you will get? So here we get a response back. It's a HTML page. This page is sent by Google servers. So we requested Google servers to send their home page. You all know Google home page is that search page. You can also click on this preview to see. See here you can see the Google home page. This is called a response. We send a request and we get a response. So if you enter, and this is called a parameter, it's called query parameter. It is an used to extend our URL. Like, so if you now send this request, what you will get? See here, Google entered the Postman in the search box. This is what Google do when you enter the search any query in the Google search box. Now if you send, you don't get any results because you are on home page currently. If you want to get search result, you have to enter something called a path, and it's called search, and this is called path. And this path gives results from the Google search results. If you now send, you will get search results. See, like this. See, these are all the results sent by Google for the query Postman. If you enter Postman in Google search itself, you will get the same response. Now let's move on to hands-on session. Postman has a really nice tool called a documentation tool. If you go to documentation, you can see all the documentation here. This session currently contains three parts: joke, code, book. So each path gives you different access to different APIs which Postman created for this student program, and this is the endpoint. If you enter this, and can you all tell me which API you want to do this hands-on session? Joke API or code API or book API? Sumit, a fork helps you to copy any resource, any like a document, a repository, or a collection. So everyone in the chat, please tell me which API you want to do this hands-on workshop. Joke API or quote API or book API. Okay, quote, joke. Uh, we have over 60 people here. Can I get more responses? Okay, a lot of people are saying joke API. We will go with joke API. So joke API. So what joke API do is it gives you some programming jokes. You all see on Instagram, Twitter, different programming jokes. So this jokes API gives you different jokes which Postman created. You can also add your own jokes, and you can delete jokes, you can update jokes. So let's use this joke API. To use the joke API, you need a endpoint. So everyone paste this endpoint in the chat box. Enter this URL in the chat box. Yeah, Nikhil Mahana. Yeah, exactly. So let's read the documentation. How can you can access the jokes? So if you scroll down, making requests for jokes API. So first request we will do is get request. A get request helps a URL to get resources from the server. Resources means here jokes, and Postman created currently 4 jokes. So let's test it out. So after the URL, put joke at the end. You know this, right? This is called a path. If you click send, can you guess what you will get? Please reply in the chat what you will get. Okay, let's send the request. See, you can see a response, and this response structure is called JSON. I think you are all are aware of the JSON. It contains two brackets, keys, and each key contains its associated value. And each joke contains a ID and author and joke and source where the joke is taken from. So here we got a joke called "Who is a programmer?" A programmer is a machine who turns coffee into code. Yeah, right. So how many of you drinks coffee while writing code or tea? Anyone? Okay. You are like me, don't drink any coffee, tea while coding. Karthik, if you click on collection and you can see this little icon here, click on that. Here you can see this is the documentation. Can you see now? Uh, Dhruv, yeah, this is the JSON. If you want to visualize, you can click here, but you have to do some extra things to visualize that JSON. Shaksham, that this endpoint will give you a random joke, not the same joke. See, I got different joke. Currently, the Postman team added only 4 jokes, so we get one of the 4 jokes whenever we request this endpoint. Yeah, see, through getting different jokes. Okay, here's another nice joke. What is hardware? Is the part of the computer which you can keep. This is a nice joke. So everyone learned about the get request. It actually gives the response. So I told you every response contains a status code also. You can see the status code here. We got 200. 200 means everything fine, everything went well. You can also hover over on that anything to get more details, like how what this 200 tells you, and how much time it take for the postman to retrieve the information, and how much size this response contains. It contains 913 bytes. So let's move on. So another thing I want to tell you, you can also get a joke, exact joke, like you want to get first joke, like you want to get second joke. For that, you can provide an ID. To provide an ID, we pass the path variable. I explained you what is path variable. So just put ID here. Now you can see Postman automatically added this path variable here. So you can provide any ID from 0 to 3. Let me provide 0 and send. See, we got first joke. If you provide 1, you will get next joke, that specific joke. So this is called a path variable, and it is a optional parameter. Aditya, so Postman designed their API for this session only. So they added only 4 jokes as a demonstration purpose. Later, I will show you how you can add your own jokes to the Postman servers. So now let's move on. So next thing is post. Let's learn post request. So let's create another request. You can hover over this collection, click on 3 dots, and click on add request here, and name this request something like add joke. So everyone created the request, new request. Okay, please, anyone, if anyone having trouble understanding, please comment. So I can see only two to three people read. So let's change this method to post because we are making a post request. We want to add some data to the server, and you have to enter the same URL which we entered to get data. I will tell you. I will explain once again. Please wait. So see, hover over this collection, basics of API. Hover over this and click on these three dots. And here you can see add request. Here, click on that and name something to your request to don't confuse with other requests. So I am naming it as add joke because we are adding joke to the server. Okay, okay. Let's change this method to post. Enter the same URL which we used to get the jokes. Okay. Now let's send the request. Send this request. You will see something bad. Bad request. And anyone knows why this is a bad request? If anyone knows, tell me why this is a bad request. Okay, I got some responses. It is not syntax error. Here we don't have any syntax. So whenever you send a post request, always enter. You need to provide body, include body with the request. I explained to you before. A body is a some data which we add to the server. So so what we want to do is we want to add a job to the server. So to do this, so go to this body here, body tab, and click on raw here and change this text to JSON. So what going to be the body? If anyone reading the documentation, can you tell me what will be the body? If anyone reading documentation. Reading documentation is a good habit of every developer needs. So, can anyone tell me what will be the body? What data we need to add to the server? So, to know about it, let's go back to the documentation and click on documentation and scroll down. We are doing a post method. So, here, Postman provided some data. So this is the data we send to the server. So just copy this, click on this copy and paste it here. And don't change anything. So Akash, I will explain you again. So go to the documentation You know where the documentation is, right? So scroll down and copy this. Okay, please wait. I will explain again. So everyone created the request, right? And everyone entered the URL. Go to the collection, click on collection, click on documentation symbol, and scroll down to this post section. Copy this and go to that add joke request. Click on tab, body tab. Just and select raw. After selecting raw, make sure you select the JSON and paste it here. Paste the body which we copied earlier. Don't change anything and click on send. So you we get again bad request. See, uh, you all can see why this is a bad request. A joke with ID one already exists. So Postman team already wrote a joke at ID one. So you can't override it or you can't change it. So what we have to do is uh, next what we have to do is create another request and name something your request like add my joke. So now you are requesting Postman to add your own joke and again change this method to post. Enter this same URL. So now go to body again, select raw, select JSON, copy this body, paste it here. Now change the ID. You can change it to any integer, no, not any positive integer like 1000 and change the author. Write your name here and write your own joke. uh, uh, I don't know what joke to write, and you can leave this by default. Postman don't do any verification to this, so just change these three and send the request again. So now you can see request is 201. Can you tell me what 201 means? Can anyone tell me what 201 means? Drozin, yeah, later we will see our joke. Can anyone tell me what 201 means? Yes, Akash, you are right. 201 means these resources successfully added to the server. So the Postman also built a UI to see all the jokes you are going to add. So I will share the link, please wait. So can anyone see? So this UI is built by Postman team to visualize our jokes. See, few people added jokes. Oh, can anyone confirm me? Are you able to see this? So I can see all your jokes. Please everyone, send a request, add your own joke, add your own joke, and send a request. So after adding your joke, please write write in the comments. So I can see Drozane added a joke. If it works, don't touch it. This is a very popular joke. And someone didn't give any name. You son of a bug, I mean. So can everyone add your jokes? If anyone didn't understand, please tell me. I will explain again. Yeah, I got few more jokes. So everyone understand this post request, right? Please confirm me. So are you able to understand what is a post request? Are you able to understand what is a body? You can also get your joke. Uh, just put your ID here. I will put mine 1000. I will get my own joke. See, I got joke. You can also test yours. So paste your ID in comment and I will test it out. Paste your ID which you gave to your joke. Okay, I will Satvik 2003. Send. See, I got your joke. So if we put our concepts here, we are adding our jokes to the server. You are not creating any. You are not writing any code to access Postman database. You are not directly putting the jokes in the Postman database. You are using something called Postman API. So with this API, you are able to get jokes, add jokes, without writing any code and without directly accessing the uh, Postman resources. I will test one more. One nine. So through drain joke. If it works, don't touch it. I always do this. So that's about post request. Now let's understand put request. For that, let's create another request. Go hover over the collection. Click on these three dots. Click on add request and name request something like update joke. So let's say you wrote a typo in your joke and you want to update it without changing the whole body. For that, you can use put request. You can also use patch request. There is a small difference between put and patch. So a put request changes the whole body, but whole body as and on the other hand, patch request only updates small parts of the data. Let's understand this. Uh, uh, Change this method to put and enter the same URL. Go to body and put your joke here, which you made earlier. So, so I did nothing. I just pasted the my old joke. So let's say you want to change joke. So bugs are features like write something. So if you send again, what will this put do is this will update the this body without adding a new request. So it will replace the old resource with the new resource. So let's send. Oh, wait, we have to add id. So this put request asking you to provide an id, like you know which id you want to change. So I want to change my request, so I will put that. I will put 1000 here. On send. Oh, wait. Yes, yes. This is the mistake I always do. I don't change this. Thanks, Akash, for remembering me. Yes, Chan, again. Again. Wait, something wrong. So let's just go to documentation. So this is where documentation helps you whenever you get into an error, you can always go to the documentation and just check it. So you can see here. You don't need to provide an ID as per documentation. See, we got 200. 200 means safe, but no content. Server did not return anything. It just updated the joke. So let's just see is it updated or not. Go to the UI, refresh. So lots of people added the jokes and wait. See here, my joke is changed here. So it changed. It just replaced the old resource with the new resource. So that's what put to. You can also change your own job. Druzai, can you tell me your idea? I will check it. Druzain, please post your ID. I will check it. Okay, same ID. So later it is like this. Let's see. See, your joke is changed. Two bytes meet. The first byte asks, "Are you ill?" The second byte replies, "No, just feeling a bit." Oh, and another great joke. It will also update it on the UI. If I press, oh, it's already updated. You can see. So that's all about the put request. Now let's say you want to delete a joke. For that, let's create another request. click on the three dots, add request, enter the URL, same URL. So before doing any mistake, let's go to documentation and see. So if we scroll down and if I scroll down, so here documentation mentioned you have to provide a base URL, joke, and ID of the joke which you want to delete. So if I put ID, my joke, I will put 1000 here. So don't forget to change your method to delete. So now send again request. See, joke with ID 1000 is deleted. If I check again, if I put 1000 here, send again. See, joke not found means it is deleted. We can also confirm on the UI. See, my joke is not there. Yeah, lot of people deleted your joke. That means you successfully implemented the delete request. Great. So I forgot to change the name. It's not an issue. Delete. So that's all about the four requests. We learned how to get data. We learned how to add data resources to the server. We learned how to update the resource. We learned how to delete the resource. But there is one issue with our uh, with this system. Can you tell me what is that? There is an issue. There is very big issue with this. With this delete request there is an issue. Can anyone tell me? We have a problem here. Can anyone tell me what the problem we have with this delete request? Everything perfect, we got 200, we got a lot of green signals, but there is a issue here. So no one able to crack it. So the issue is here is, if I put your ID, like, can anyone post your ID which you have not deleted your joke? Who has not yet deleted the joke? Can you paste your ID in comments, or just create the joke again? Paste the ID 124. See, yeah, Akash got it. We can delete someone's ID. So if I put 124, see, joke with ID 124 is deleted. So is this a good idea? Is this a good idea to delete others' resources? It's not a good idea. So here comes authorization. So authorization is very big topic. We can't cover that in this session. We will plan another session to cover authorization. So what authorization do is, so it adds authentication to your API, to the resources, like what resources you can access, what resources, who can access what resources. Like I can access my own resources, you can access your own resources. So that's where authorization helps. So it is a very big topic. We will cover in this in another session. So that's it. That's all about the four requests. If anyone have doubt or if anyone want to repeat anything, please ask now. Anyone have doubts, or if you want to repeat me anything again? Are you clear with all the topics here? 9 1. Well, I will check once. 1911. Oh, it's still there. You have not deleted. If it works, it's not AI. Where is this? Okay. So everyone understood these four requests: get request, post request, update, put request, delete. Okay. So everyone understood. So that's great. So that's all about these four requests. Let's move on. So, Suraj, can you share the slides again? Suraj, can you share the slide again? So, next slide. So wait. So here's a brief recap of what we. So, can anyone tell me in a simple terms what we covered in this session? So we learned about methods, different methods: get method, put method, post method, delete method. We also learned addresses like that to postman.com/joke/quote. Those are addresses and parameters. So we added id, and that is a parameter. And authorization, so I told you. So authorization enables adds authentication to the resources. And body, yes, succeed, good. And we covered what is body. Yeah, next slide please. So here's a great opportunity for you. It is really great opportunity. It is called Postman Student Expert. You can become a post you can take this certification to learn more about APIs. APIs is not about doing some requests, getting some requests. There are other things like writing test cases and writing scripts, and how two requests can talk to each other. Everything will be covered in Postman Student Expert certification. So, Suraj, please say the URL in the comments. Yep. Yeah, we just shared the URL. Just go to that URL, and you can see three certifications: Postman Student Expert. If you complete Postman Student Expert, you can become Postman Student Leader. Yeah, you can see here. Scroll down a little bit. So first one is Postman Student Expert. It will be a just a it's like an hands-on workshop. You can complete it and you will become a Postman Student Expert. You can add that to LinkedIn, your resume, CV, whatever you like. After you complete Postman Student Expert program, you can apply to become a Postman Student Leader. So Postman Student Leader is a program with that you can conduct various workshops like we did right now. And yeah, it's another great opportunity. And if you are a teacher, faculty, you can apply for Postman classroom program. It's really a great program. You will learn a lot. So next slide, please. No, no, the Karthik, no fees. It is free. It is completely free. You have to contribute to the community, like conducting workshop sessions. For Postman Student Expert, it's just a workshop. You have to complete it, and you will get certification. So, any doubts in that Postman Student Expert program? Is it clear? Satvik, can you tell me what your doubt? Okay, okay. So rest all, can you? Okay, it's great. Now time for the swags. So who's excited to win swags? Who want Postman swags? Postman has the best swags ever I have ever seen. They send really amazing swags. So only two people like swags. So we have three competitions for you. So it's not like everyone attends, everyone gets swags. You have to participate in three small competitions. Just complete those three small camp. If you are selected, you will get the swags. So first one is share your learnings on social media. So it can be Twitter, it can be LinkedIn. So share what you learned in this session. So like we discussed. Oh no, no, go to previous slide. So just share whatever you learned in this session and write Postman student use Postman student hashtag and tag me. So you can tag me here. So you can tag me here. If you are on Twitter, you can tag me in your post. If you are on LinkedIn, so this is my LinkedIn ID. If you use LinkedIn, you can tag me with this.
Yeah. Also, you can tag GDSC LPU so that
Yeah, you can also tag
track,
GDS MBU.
so that we
So
can track.
best post will get swags from Postman. We will share link to you to fill a swag form. So next competition. So next competition is creating a public workspace. So everyone knows how to create a workspace. Anyone don't know? All you know how to create a workspace in Postman. I will explain you how to create if you don't know. Suraj, once again, give me access to screen share. I will tell you now. Don't worry. So, can you see my screen again? I will tell you, don't worry. Can you see my screen? Okay. So, all you have to do is go to this workspace and click on it and click on create workspace. So, after clicking on it, name something like NASA API and add a nice summary. And don't forget to make it public so that everyone can see. And click on create. So in this workspace, create different collections. So you can use any API. We in this session we discussed about Postman API. Use any API other than Postman API, like OpenWeather API, like a Cat API, like Marvel API. You all know the Marvel has an API. I will share. Wait, please. Wait. So you can use Marvel API, you can use DC API, you can use Cats API, you can use Dogs API. There are lots of API. You can just Google. So this is just an example. See, Marvel API. You can use Marvel API to create a beautiful collection. So just click on create collection and add some requests to your collections. So yeah, this is how you have to create a workspace. So everyone now understand how to create a public workspace, or you still have doubt? Okay. Um, I will share you one article with you. If you have any doubts, you can refer to that article. So please wait. So I am sharing you article. Please wait. Yeah. So you can go to this Medium article. If you still have doubts, this article will clear all your doubts about APIs, Postman. So yeah, that's about our second competition. Now third competition.
It seems he's out of network for now. Just someone confirm me, like my audio is clear, right? No background noise. Okay. That is
So
clear.
do you understand how you know how to create a public workspace? Just beautifully design it. I designing means follow all the best practices and how to design an API. Add few collections, add a request in your collection. So that's all about our second challenge. So last and final challenge. Next slide. I can't see the next slide.
It is there. Blog writing, right?
Yeah, it's next competition is a blog competition. So write everything you learned in this session in the form of a blog. So whoever write a very nice blog, they will get some swags. So you can use medium.com or dev.to or hashnote.com. So Suhaban, we will share you link to submit challenge. Don't worry. Oh, if you are asking about how you share the collection, uh, you can just Google how to share Postman collection. You will get it. You just have to click on share button which will there on top and just copy the link. You can just Google it. So third challenge is blog writing competition. You have to write a blog if about everything you learned in this session. So if you have disconnected in between, you can always go to recordings and refer the recordings and write a very beautiful blog. You can use medium.com dev.to as a blogging platform, and we will share you a Google form link to submit your URL. And if we like your blog, we will, yeah, send this to my to this email.
Yeah.
We'll also send a form. So that's it. There are resources provided by Postman to learn, to explore, and more about API. You can go to learning.postman.com to. There are different certifications, not only Postman student expert. There is a session workshop called 30 Days of Postman. So you can just go to learning.postman.com to explore all the certifications, and you can go to explore.postman.com so to explore different APIs which Postman community created. You can also go to community.postman.com to interact with the Postman community. So that community is really great. I am in that community. They are really helpful people. They are really talented people. So we will also share you Discord link. So just can you share Discord link, Postman Discord link?
Yeah. Let me find that on the doc, right?
Yeah, you can also join Discord if you like it, or you can just go to community.postman.com. You will find really talented people. You can ask your doubts. They were always ready to help you. So just wait. We will share you the link. Yeah, you can just go to this link and join the Discord. So next slide. So if you have any questions, please ask now about anything, session and about the challenges, anything. You don't have any doubts. If you have no doubts, right? How to submit the Satvik, I told you you can have to just create the workspace and you have to copy the wait, I will share you a resource to how to share your workspace. You can. So Subankar, can you tell me which challenge? We have three challenges. Which challenge you have doubt? First one or second one? Social media sharing or creating a public workspace or writing a blog? Which challenge you have doubt? From first, yeah, first challenge is you have to create a social media post. If you are on Twitter, you can create a thread and add Postman student hashtag, create tag me Rakesh at tweet. You can tag me, you can tag GDSC LPU. You have to just write what you learned in the post. It can be Twitter or LinkedIn. So second challenge is you have to create a public workspace on Postman, and you can use any API, any third-party API to create your collections and to create your requests and share that collection with us. And third one is blog writing competition. You have to write a blog uh, explaining everything we learned in this session. Yeah, here. Just write what you have learned and we will select the best blogs. Yes, so Shahaban, you have 48 hours to complete these three challenges. You can participate in any one of the challenges. 48 hours. I mean, so you can submit by the end of 30th May. So, any doubts? You can just share to GDSC at LPU.co. Wait, you have to just share to a mail GDSC dot. What? Wait.
Yeah, that is GDSC at lpu.co.in.
Okay. So just send your links to this email. We will check it. If you are writing a social media post, just share your social media post link. If you are creating a workspace, just share the workspace link. If you are writing a blog, just write the blog. So finally, last slide, please. So finally, we have to submit a feedback form. This will help us really. Suraj, please share the feedback form.
Yeah, wait on.
So please fill this feedback form. It is really important to me. And just give your honest opinion how you feel this session. Have you learned anything new? And if you still have any question, you can just email me here. If you still have doubts, you can email me here. And last but not least, just join the Postman Discord community, official Discord community. If you want to ask your doubts to experts, you can interact with Postman student leaders, Postman alumni. So that's all about this session. Thanks for everyone for coming, attending this session. So you can ask any doubt or we will wrap up this session.
I think we should wrap up because we are out of time. 10 minutes past. Right. So thank you everyone for joining, and thanks Rakesh for your wonderful session on
Yeah.
API for Postman, right?
You all can read. You can wrap up.
Yeah. So let's meet tomorrow again for another session for.
Please fill that feedback form. It is really
Let's join tomorrow, right, for ongoing campaign that is Firebase for Web and MLS Study Jam. So any session can be planned, and accordingly you need to participate in that. And some surprises are coming up very soon, so stay connected for that as well. And thank you all for attending the session. And that's it. We are going to wrap up for now. Bye bye.